happening is we are told in a culture that time is money and we need to have this a lot, and it is never enough. So we have a whole pandemic of not enough. Now, what's happening when we go into the space, I'm going to allow today in the class for you to go really deep into this psychosomatically to release this not enough. Okay, time is running. I need more. And because of this, what's happening is we are very blind to the person within ourselves. So we are building up this surface wall and we are creating a lot of things to buy and cover these holes within us by items. And we are blind, we are deaf, we don't have sense of what's happening to ourselves. So this exposure to the outside world, but totally a malnutrient space within is creating this, and you don't have the patience to be in the present. So also we are being told that we have to be multitasking and do so many things in one go. So what happens is in your relationship, you are done not a full circle, half of it. With your health and with your consciousness, you have done a half, or you read and you borrowed a script and feel good about that moment. So like a drug, you just numb it for the time being, but you have these half circles constantly appearing in your life. When something is hard, there is no lessons, there is no savoring, there is no healing in it. And today's class is about whatever that is coming up for you to complete that circle, whether it's in the relationship, whether it's with the health, whether it's going into the space of within yourself, not about correcting a personality, but being with that space is your most important thing. Like you can see when a chicken laid an egg, it just says, I have laid an egg and it moves on. It stays there and it's warm up and let that happen. So it goes and it comes back and it completes that cycle. And it is very important that you complete these cycles within yourself, because otherwise you will never understand the cycle of the being. You never will understand the cycle of the galaxy, cycle of the world. And to understand and to be in the presence of the nature of that cycle is presence. And of course, I saw or someone sent me early in the morning a text saying that, oh, the retreats are the biggest thing that happening. People are retreating. No, people are retreating exactly the way they took a holiday. So it is not just retreating into a surface level of the understand that is the fashion, but really retreating into that space within yourself is more important, and completing those cycles, complete those parts that you were so busy to pay a light bill, a gas bill, whatever that is, and ask what has that done, and culturally, conditionally, that has robbed your essence of you. Today's class is going to go into areas of this and revisiting and completing that cycle, whatever it is for you. And I went for a walk this morning because I had a knee problem, and I understand when it happens, I look into deeper levels of not that I want to get out of it. At that moment, I have realized that it was a 6 o'clock walk. Oh, sometimes I do get busy to see the cycle of autumn, where the leaves are falling, leaves are piling up. It's a different aroma, it's a different feeling. And I was more open to it. And in that openness, I found myself where are the cycles need to be complete within myself. This is very hard to do when it is involved people, because if the other person is not on the same cycle with you to understand in the same frequency, your completion can bother them. So be very gentle with this. Uh, and now I will move the camera towards Darren and I will work with the breath. So that's why it's very important. The breath is also a cycle. The whole universe, the whole nature is a cycle. If you really see, you go through cycles. Please don't miss them. Please embrace them. Whether it's a cycle of creation, whether it's a cycle of preservation, so a cycle of disruption that you have to let it go, things that no longer is servicing you. It's very important that your thoughts and emotions comes into this, that you properly cry, you properly release them rather than being brave and going back to say something so quickly or saying, I'm all right. I always ask people when they say, I'm okay, everything is fine. I said, are you? And then they want to hug and then they want to cry. So that is very important that you give that time to yourself. So saying that, take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back and open up that chest. Find a space within yourself that you're ready to take that seat to be present to complete a cycle. Take a deep breath into the count of 4. Allow the breath to hold into a count of 4. Gently allow the breath to move out into the count of 4. Give another pause before you breathing into the count of 4. Now, in this level of the cycle, the thought that I don't have enough, I have to work, and never having that space of enough, and very gently stop that burning out happening to your body, to your mind, your relationship, your connection to see things, your connection to hear things. Ask yourself, how did I ever got into this position in my lifetime that it's almost look like desolated? Ask yourself how much little light that is left in you in all levels. I'm not talking about your age. Take the breath happening at that very moment. Observe, what have you compromised within yourself that to make security more happening? Never enough to give, never enough to look at someone else, never enough. There's no difference between you and a chicken that is totally forced to grow up in a race so that it can be your meal. It is the same thing that's happening. I feel very sympathetic for people that they've been fed spores, not enough. For what? Take a moment. This is what the life has become these days. Hold in your conscious level, how could we even allow this space, the country, the state, the neighbor, to be in this space? We are just acting on someone else's script. Take a deep breath in, tuck the shoulders up, pull the head back, massage the back of the skull. Give that release onto the back of the neck. It's very important. The most important part is this brain and this spine. Let it connect the whole infrastructure. Breath out into the chest and collapse the spine totally. Now take a deep breath in, elongate that spine, allow the breath to go into the Ujjayi pranayama, and very gently twist the spine to the right side. Stomach pulled in, open up that space, and start the body, the mind, the space of the spirit to come into this completion, savoring, creation, a momentum. Let's for a time just let it. You have to put food on the table. You have to need money to pay electricity, gas, rent, insurance, all these things. Because without this space of yourself, you can't do any of that. And if that is your only purpose to pay a bill, ask yourself, pay it, but be aware of it, what you're compromising. Back into the center. Change the formation of the leg. Take a deep breath in and elongate that spine. Engage your pelvic flow, even your breathing. And breath out, twist the spine to the other side. Back into the center. Now observe your neuropaths. They are not going faster and faster and faster because you are trying to meet all those things. And even your yoga class is meeting that. In a fast level, I will just accommodate yoga. It's another show. No, that is not true. It is not the way it is. It is might be 1 hour of realization to be realized. All these cycles. Now, before you are numb because you have the script and you're acting on that. So now you're observing your thoughts, what speed they are traveling. What are you blind? What are you deaf? What are you numb? Take a moment because you know about you more than me. So it is just looking at. Don't look at it on a guilt because then you again create another personality. Now take a deep breath in and bring your left foot into the back. Right hip open, shoulders relaxed. Be gentle with those knees, especially on the pigeon pose. You don't have to bring the foot aligned with the knee if it is too hard. You can keep it under the groin. Take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, open up the chest. Elevate that space of the heart. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, drop the elbows, release the tension. Take a moment. Now from inside, have a look on the outside so you will understand that how many occasions you have miss out on the weather patterns changing, the rain, the grass, when you were as a child of the innocence, what you were doing to now what you are. You might be thinking you are educated, you are accustomed to do so many things. Even you want to be better than AI. You want to have so many projects in your life. But one project that you have failed is you're not savoring the life project that was given to you. A cycle that is always half completed. Now, when you feel the tensions of your knuckles, the fingers are now coming back from that numbness into feeling, your inner space is have more clarity. You're listening just to the nature of everything. tempo of your heart. Now take a deep breath in and coming back. When it flows naturally, let that flow, let that rhythm, the rhythm of that nature of this body, the nature of this being. Try to get the body and the mind and the breath to sync with that rhythm, the rhythm of the nature, into a plank. But in this stronger plank, keep the erection of the spine from the head to the toe, not just that space, but engage the pelvic flow. So you are not allowed the gravity to just weigh you down. So bear with me. Allow the rhythm, the breath, to return back to that rhythm. The whole trance of the movement. Now drop the knees and stretch the spine completely. Just observe now through that. Observation is like you're completing a cycle and you're brooding your eggs. What you have laid, what you have commissioned. But the patience is what you will get there, not the doing. Even everyone wants you to start doing and doing and doing. Doing does not hatch that space of consciousness. Take a couple of more breaths. Now take a deep breath in, gently crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into the up face. Shoulders relax and the chest open, elevate the space of the heart. Breathe out into the down face. This is your first count with the down face. So you're very gently allowing the down face to warm it up for you. And you're just gently let it happen effortlessly. Just say that you were hatching this space and now this space has come to you effortlessly. Everything will be fine when it is happening. Now take a deep breath in and bring that left foot into the front, into the pigeon pose. Shoulders relax. And take a deep breath in and elevate the space of the heart. Now you have a realization and understanding of the connections of the cycle. And when it's happening, it's slow the breathing with the space of the earth, space of the body. And it comes to contact with the cycle of your own life. Now take a deep breath in, breath out, drop the elbows, move those palms, release the tension. Now take a moment. Now you might say, I have done the right thing, but things are not happening for me. Things are not happening because you're ready, but the space is not ready. It can be space is ready, you're not ready. But with this realization, you realize that all of these things are ways of opening yourself into this understanding and making yourself available for things that will or might or not might happen in your life, and they all need to happen. Without a blessing or a curse, just take a moment to understand that no one to blame. It's easy to blame. It's easy to say something wrong with the weather. It's easy to say something wrong with the government. Of course, if you don't want the government, there are ways you can work with that, but not with your reaction, but the way you're responding to yourself, completing the cycle. But take a deep breath in, and we come into that space, very gently coming back, shoulders relaxed, and allow the chest to be open. Remember, you're guiding the body. If you're driving a car, you will look at the mirrors. You will look at your brake lights. How come you're failing to look at yourself like that? How much fuel I got? Is this a journey that I am going to do with a half tank? Into a plank. Stronger on that pelvic floor, very gently. Remember the spine, the patience. Patience might be just nothing for you, but it's a big meaning if you know how to digest it. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. So we use the analogy of the egg brooding and coming into that space of the growth. Same is the plant. For some time, we are so impatient. We plant a seed and we want a mango out of it immediately. But it will never happen. Give the love, give the water, give the light, give the energy. And your completion of the cycle might take 10, 20, 30 years. I don't know how, with karmically with yourself. But every little growth that you were looking at your child when it was growing is a learn of appreciation. So is everything. So is every project. It takes time to become something. But unfortunately, we all want tomorrow, before our next pay, before our next birthday. Now take a deep breath in, palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Crawl properly, because the crawling has a better energy. Now elbows onto the floor, soften the hips. Allow the body to be supple. Allow into the supple part, the breath, the energy to be filled, and breathing in into a gentle cobra. Well, this is a good time to observe, like, everything on the surface has to be bigger, because that's what the television is screaming. It is what the landscape of social media is screaming. Bigger, 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 bigger. Ask yourself, is your home has a place of an outlet for you to calm down this? Being big and inflate with the space of the ego and the idea. Have you got that eating for you at least? Do you take time to water a plant? That's what I do early in the morning, moving into the ritual. Otherwise, you're just creating an empty shell that the world is going to validate you because you have a big house, big car, big job. Now the head turn on both sides and the chin to come back, and allow your third eye to relax onto your hands. And very gently, pituitary and the pineal gland can be activated by gentle touch. back into the center. Take a deep breath in and bring the palms onto the elbow level and breathing into the up face. Let this realization just start that ripple in the body, ripple in the consciousness, just by making that decision. What is possible for you? Don't fight life. You're meant to dance with it. It's meant to be your partner. It's not, you have not to become the slave of it. Breathe out towards the down face. Very gently lifting up onto the toes, drop the heels. And while the heels are on there, just try to lift up the toes from the mat. Like pull those toes away from the mat. Just putting the heels down into different energy. It's harder to do, but if you can do, putting the heels and lifting up the toes from the mat. Just peeling off, like back to the heel. So your heels are there. Now relax. Now take a deep breath in, left foot into the back. Give a good rotation to the left foot, ankle. Become that sense with it. Listen to it. Left knee onto the left chest, breathe out. Breath in, stretch back. Left knee onto the left elbow, stretch back. Left knee onto the right elbow, stretch back. Left foot into the front. Now, even you're grounding your feet, you're not putting the total weight onto the feet because you're totally in the space of the pelvic floor. Arms stretch into the back, arms raise onto the crown, palms onto the namaskar position. Now, your breath does have, if you're listening to it, a hypnotic effect. If you go to see the ocean, you will understand this. The water of the come to the waves come to the shore, clash with the shore. So it's like life. It comes. But if you're not reacting, the shore doesn't react to it. It pull back the weight and the water back to the ocean. So whatever life is throwing at you, if you have this understanding and realization, eventually your weight will come off your shoulders and the mind. But because you're fighting with the water, that little part hit you, you're constantly not relaxed. Now, it's very important to come to this realization. Whatever that you're not relaxed with. When you come into this realization, very gently bend the knee and opening up onto the Virabhadrasana and take a mudra that has completed this cycle of understanding. Take a mudra that helps you to be more present. When I wake up in the morning, I light the lamp, the main lamp, the incense. I make a little sound with the bells. Sometimes I put the flowers on the shrine. So I always come back into that space. Happy to be where I listen to the water, the sound, the birds. Journey is just beginning every day. It is never taken from you. It is never gone away from you. So don't make it complicated by saying, I have missed my time, I have missed my age, whether buying this or getting that, getting into this. Be more present. Now, gentle arch. Take a deep breath in, coming back elbow onto the knee. Right arm reaching up. Now, have some gratitude. Whatever the life that you are having, there's a lot of contribution that happens to you. The breath is a contributor to you. The body is given to you. It's not your body. You have borrowed the suit of it. The understanding, the mind, everything. So take a moment to have gratitude to that space. All your big dreams are nothing without all these things. Right? Reaching into the back, touch the floor. Whether it's a space of a partner, whether it's a space of a teacher, whether it's a space of a nature, whether it's a space of a scripture. Left reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back and touch the floor. Now very gently drop the back knee and hold on to the front knee and lunge forward and backward for a few times to release any further tension that you are holding. Arms very gently stretch back, arms raise onto the ground. Gentle arch without totally tilting the head back, opening up, breath out, spread the wings wide and touch the floor. Coming to the Leela of the whole space in the space of Leela, the dance. Your breath is, your body is moving, the breeze is there, the sound is there. Have you failed to look at this goodness because suddenly your work has got too much and you get so emotional and then you are totally numb into this place? Not emotionally stress. Come into a plank, strong on the pelvic. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. And take a vow that all these things are your partner. Whether it's the body, whether it's the breath, whether it's a breeze from outside, whether it's the nature. Let your whole body sway in this majestical, mystical way. And don't cut that connection because life gets so busy. You get so much big walls, big houses. You cut this connection. You cut this joy. You cut this time. When you cut and cut and cut, you don't have a vision to look at things differently. You only have the vision to look at things out of fear or not enough. Take a moment to see how self-absorbed you are as a species. It's not about next thing, that thing. You're just filling up things. Of course, fill up if it has purpose. This is systematically you're setting yourself out on a journey of separation, separating yourself from the rest. We are a collective energy. We laugh together, we celebrate things together, we cry things together. Don't be numb to it. I'm not saying superficially, I'm not saying that media promoted. I want everyone to feel that they are the other who you really want to get rid of is they are also for you. There is nothing actually you can experience in being lonely. The loneliness is different. The whole planetary system is to work together. This is the wisdom that you gradually will come with your stages of your wisdom, with the latter stage of your life. But you have to be open to it. When you're older and wiser, you get this. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in and gently coming into a cobra. Shoulders relax. Come into that collective space. Learn from all the nature that has lived before you. What have they got to tell you when you're in silence? Things that have lived. Have any of them have conquered the world or they have lived in the world? Did they live with all the security, big houses, big cars? Look at no far to look at the nature of the animals, the ants. Temper this space with wisdom. Are you creating conditions conducive to all life? Breathe out towards the down face. Savor the space with this. Remove the duty of the down face and start enjoying the down face in its whatever the way. Enjoy the breath. There's no two different breaths are the same. Right leg up into the back, right knee to the right chest, stretch back, right knee to the right elbow, stretch back, right foot onto the left elbow, stretch back, right foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back, arms raised onto the crown, palms onto the namaskar position. Coming to that realization, that the natural cycles of the breath. There will be in breath if you can't breathe out? Will there be a plant without your carbon dioxide? In return, what you're breathing out is someone else breathing in. Whatever someone's breathing in is someone's breathing out. Until you realize this, everyone is a problem, but everyone is not a problem. There is a generosity in the consciousness. That generosity is with everything in the whole space. When you come into this realization, coming to the Virabhadrasana, this is a good place to understand and accept yourself for who you are. Also to accept others for who others are. And when you come to this true realization, not the personality realization, you take a mudra that you are no longer hiding, but you are more authentic about the space you are embracing deeply. Learning to connect with yourself humbly. Gentle arch. Gently coming back, elbow onto the knee. Left arm reaching up the seam. Into the front and touch the floor. Right, reaching into the front. Into the back and touch the floor. Now, drop the back knee onto the floor, holding onto the front knee. Very gently lunge forward and backward. And very gently finding that balance where suddenly there is a compassion. It's an empathy. Now you have realized what your human journey is. So much potential. So much love to experience unconditionally, beyond yourself. From individuals, individual species, the breath, the universe, Take time to make most of it. Arms stretch into the back, arms raise onto the ground, interlacing the fingers, arms facing up, gentle arch. Breath out, spread the wings and touch the floor. A lot of teachers are using this trending word community, but they are not into communities at all. But it looks like into a plank. So I will come and break down that for you. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. People are saying, find your tribe, find your this, find your that. It's actually being fully part of the community of life. Because really, when the other person is struggling, you're only going to help that person if you have time. But how about you become part of the community of life and learning how to actually live together with the rest of life on earth and returning and it's reawakening and reconnecting. Ask if it was your last day, if it was your last breath, how would you have this transition with life? I'm sure to all who have contributed without a failure, for those who have come into that realization, it will be very different. So you're dancing with the breath, you're dancing with this body, you're dancing with this vision, you're dancing with this feeling, you're dancing with this listening. And take a moment to all that has contributed for you. Even it is invisible. Even you cannot put a frame and put it on your achievements, otherwise you would have done it. Take a moment. Take a moment. Come to the innocence of the child pose. Every day now I get these messages, why aren't I running retreats? There are thousands and thousands of retreats everywhere in the planet. I only teach how to connect with everything in a space of capacity for compassion, to embrace, how to slow down, how to eat, how to cook, how to sweep, how to water a plant. So if you just come in with me to do Surya Namaskar, forget about it and do some postures, because that's not what I taught ever, and that's not what I am tend to do it. I break down all the barriers of your gender. I break down all your stories. And I want you to describe a word of you, but it's not you. Your experience of emotions makes all of us very similar in the true essence. Do you understand? We share so much, me and you. We share our fears, we share our dreams, our ideals. It's a collective thing. Now, when you come into that realization, just I want you to wake up your spine one vertebra at a time. Take a moment, the pinnacle of yours. Let this present moment the present moment you are actually not waiting anything to happen, but you're contributing in this silence. Your gently has become that there is no rush into the space of meditation. Your impatience of your youth isn't there now. Now, on the contrary, someone told you you're running out of time, but actually you have more time when you become wiser. Why is that? Because you're more relaxed. You're more in the space of observation. You talk less. You react less. Now you see on the far distance that you should be busy. It's not screaming at you. It is a further noise. You should be busy. You should be making money. You should be saving. The practice was just slowing you down. Now there's a frequency you're building up. All you have to do after this class, give space, give room, give that frequency to connect you. You don't understand it with language. You will not understand with logic. But there is a realization, just being. You gradually will start taking the shape of your soul. Now there will moment the mind will come, I wish I was here earlier. The mind will interfere, oh, I would have done more. Oh, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that part. So when you come into that realization, come into a sitting posture. Now this is the time that you allow the emotions to move through without reacting. This is very good for people. They say, I'm touched with my emotion, but they still scream loud. They still react to it. The sacredness of it is you understand it, but you're neutral to it. It has nothing to do with a gender or anything. A real man or a woman is quite a balanced space. There's no much to it. There is not opposite to that. You don't have to be strong. What is strong anyway? When you come into this realization, there's so much more than strong. So you are on the internet, you know, whatever you subscribe, you will get a ping and a notification. So ask yourself what I have subscribed myself because of my story. If my story is sad and I am subscribing into sadness, and if that's what you consciously choose to do it, then do it. But if that's not what is truly you are, just release that limitation and set for yourself in this true essence. No one else will do this for you. Not a government will do, not a leader will do. So change your limits and your world will change for you. Change your labels. This goes for people when they call, I'm a man, I'm a woman. And coming to that space, before you take in the body and its journey, you had a space of spirit. We share so much in that space together collectively than the separation of a body, separation of an age, separation of time. When you come into this realization, arms very gently raised back to the crown, arms onto the namaskar position in that realization. Take a deep breath in and chanting 3 Oms to navigate the frequency of this realization with a sound vibration. Take a deep breath in, arms onto the namaskar position. Very gently breathe out with a humming or a Om. Arms raised onto the ground, palms onto this pranam position. Let's activate that heart from that space. Raise the arms, raise the vibration throughout the space, beyond the space. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Gently raise the vibration and collective this space that your realization with others doesn't have to have a story. Lift up the vibration of the state, the space here that you're taking temporary refuge on. Comes under the namaskar position of this transitioning times. Namaste. Touch the earth, have respect for the space that the body is taking refuge with its mind. Okay. So, because the weather is like gloomy, I can see the screen. Normally, I see rainbows. So you see, so good to have you all in the space of the class. So it's a gentle reminder, it's a gentle nudge about what have I compromised? Now you all have asked me when am I starting retreats? Answer is no, but there is an answer also yes. Maybe like 4 or 5 hours, I will let you guys all know about a place to come. I have not done anything yet. And when I'm ready, when you're ready, when our times are totally coming into that space of meeting with each other, it will happen naturally. But it will start with that and we'll collectively raise the vibration so the others can join. But I highly recommend if that will ever happen, I've always wanted people who are in the practice to come in so that you take more of that space. It will be a gentler space that you know how to sit, how to cook. So you will start basically cooking something, how you generate energy into that food, how your teaching is present in that apotejo vayo because your having that dance with the earth, water, heat, and all these air particles. And you're creating something that it to become your partner in life, and how to embrace moments of this. It will be only having a very limitations of the asana and the pranayama, but it will be more having the dharana and dhyana and the samadhi. Um, so that will take about 4, 5, 6 hours, because it will be a gentle transition. And when that moment happen, I will let you know. So I have answered all your emails and text. And today's class is about having that egg nesting and brooding and complete. Wherever we have not complete cycles, whether it's a cycle of breath, whether it's a cycle of the body, all the seasons of the body, whether it's a cycle of a relationship, whether it's a cycle of your story, completing that so that it doesn't come up all the time when you're tired and you are drenched with it. It's heavy. Emotions are very heavy than body weight, and body weight is totally correlating and match that emotion if you have not worked with those things. Because everything works on a frequency. But saying that it's a beautiful day, enjoy um, and rest and take care of yourself in these spaces. And so good to see you, Matt and Matt's father, Sylvia, and Liz, and Marianne, Sage, and Dione, and Nicolina, and the rest of the group, and Mom. Take good care. Big hugs for you all. Bye for now.